Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
And welcome to the Weird Science Comics YouTube channel, where I'm going to be going through DCeased, Hope at World's End, Chapter 3. It is written by Tom Taylor and art by Carmine G. Diamonico. And it is a digital first book. It's 99 cents a chapter. And what this is you're going and reliving the first DCeased deal through other points of view that seem to will carry over after you end up having our heroes leave Earth. This is a deal where your first chapter, you saw Jimmy Olsen when the anti-life hit. Second chapter, you end up seeing Black Adam in Conduct, trying to save Conduct when it hits. And this issue is a Wally West issue. Now, Wally West has not been treated very good. He's been treated like crap in the DCU since he came back at Rebirth and was the hopes and dreams and poster child of this promise of making things better. That did not go well. I'm looking at you, Tom King. But you end up with this where it's Elseworlds, but still you'd like to give a solid to the Wally West fans out there. Give a little, shout out. And Tom Taylor went on Twitter and said, hey, next chapter's Wally West. Now, Tom Taylor plus your favorite character usually means you're going to cry by the end because they're going to be dead, especially in a zombie book. So that might be trouble. People were begging him, please, we've had enough. That the Wally fans, we're here. We're in the fetal position in the corner and we're sobbing already. Well, we'll see. I'm not going to spoil things with this. I will tell you that this chapter and the whole series so far is worth getting. 99 cents a chapter. They are worth getting. Right now, though, I need to see more of an overall story. What we're getting are these little one-shots that don't necessarily tie in together, except that they're all happening at the same time. This is a Wally West issue, as we said, you see on the cover. And I do think that Wally West fans who have not gotten into this DCeased, at least this digital-only deal, this should be the chapter they get into. I think that they would appreciate it without me spoiling anything. But the anti-life hits. Wally has to react. He ends up saving Linda by saying, no more screen time. You go sit in the corner. You read a book. Print may be dead, but if you pick up that screen, you're going to be a zombie. I'd rather have the dead print. So she ends up there and he goes out to do what he always does. He's going to save everyone. Tom Taylor, again, this is, these feel like all three of these feel like he's just trying to get fans each time because you end up having to reintroduce, the anti-life, it goes through screens, it goes through blood. It does feel like this one was, okay, let's get some Wally West fans in the mix. Let's get some Flash fans in the mix because at a third chapter, you shouldn't really have to go through this again, but I understand. So you're going, and Wally realizes oh my God, there's a lot going on here. I may not be able to do this. In the meantime, Batman gives him a call. And it's an ominous thing if you have read the first DCeased, the first 6-issue mini. You know that Batman, after the beginning of the anti-life virus with all this, he does not have a lot of time between the time it starts until some bad stuff really goes down. So not seeing his face here, you have to wonder, okay, well, what time frame is this? He does say, listen, Wally, get off the board. You can't be doing this. Wally realizes, yeah, I know I'm a speedster. If I get infected, I can infect the whole world, whatever. Barry may not be running, but I'm going to save people. I'm good. I'm better. I'm faster. I got it. This is basically, he's like, I'm doing it. So Batman does, and you do end up seeing the scene then with, Batman's condition. It's a little sad. But he ends up, Wally that is, ends up realizing one man can't do this. Barry's not running. So, hey, let's get a little bit of a impromptu Flash family reunion going on here. And he goes and gets Max Mercury, Bart Allen, and Jesse Quick and explains, we're going to go out and we're going to save everyone. Nobody look at screens. Don't get any blood around. You don't need that. That pretty much the blood part pretty much is advice that you should follow anytime, even if there isn't an anti-life, virus, right? So they do go out and they're trying to save everyone. They can't. It's just too much. This virus is too much. They realize we might have to make a trip to another Earth. We may have to do something more drastic. which they end up realizing Jay Garrick and Barry Allen, they had a twin cosmic treadmill. Maybe we can do this. They kind of did it before. Let's try this out. Well, you need the two fastest, and the two fastest there are going to be Bart and Wally. So while they end up using the treadmill, you end up having Max Mercury and Jesse Quick have to go out and get the people, the survivors. And there is a little deal of, please, let's not get any infected involved because we're going to another Earth. They may not like that. They may not enjoy us bringing over more infected, then we're screwed. So be very careful. They do go out and do this, but while it's going on, Bart has the problem that I always fear. Anytime I'm on a treadmill, I fear that I'm going to fall. I'm going to land straight down on the treadmill, and it's going to shoot me the hell off the back end of the wall. Even if there's not a wall there, I will find a wall and I will hit it. Now, the problem is they are going a lot faster than I can. I'm getting old. I can't go that fast. So he flies off, and it looks like he's in some trouble. He yells for Max. Well, they end up, getting Bart. I will tell you that. But the whole deal is they get to this next world, but is everybody intact? Is everybody good? That is the big mystery as we go. And I did like this chapter. I like this chapter as a Wally West chapter. I like this chapter as a DCeased chapter. Again, though, I need to see more of a coherent, boom, boom, boom plot line where I see where things are going. I don't think this is going to continue just being one shot after one shot after one shot in the same time. Oh, the virus just started. Let's go and look and see what Green Arrow's doing. Let's see what, all these things going on. I do think that we'll eventually get to what seemed to be promised, the anti-life war. We'll see how that's going. The art in this is great. And I think it's a really cool little thing there that you end up having Tom Taylor get Carmine DiGiadomenico, because Carmine started off the Rebirth Flash book with Joshua Williamson. So he knows the Flash, he knows that. But it actually, to me, that ups the ante a bit. That actually makes this 99-cent digital first chapter, it makes it feel bigger and more important when you end up getting something like that. Somebody who has worked on the main solo book recently, things like that. So I thought that was a really nice touch, and I did like the art throughout. So I am going to give this an 8.8. I think that if you are a Wally West fan, I think you can jack that score up to, at least a 9, if not more. If you don't like Wally, I think you're still about an 8.5 to what I have, an 8.8. I'm in between. I am a Barry man myself. I don't want to get anybody upset, but I do love Wally as well. But I hope that you enjoyed this quick run through a review here. If you did, it'd be great if you'd subscribe to the channel. Also like it below, and then look at all the links below for everything Weird Science, including our DC Comics podcast, Marvel Comics podcast, both a Marvel and a DC website, and a Patreon account if you would be so kind to go and support us for everything we do, including these videos. But thanks, everybody, and I'll talk to you later.